Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Anna, and in today's video we're going to be doing something chill, laid back, and fun because why not? So in today's video I'm going to be tier ranking bookish icks and unpopular bookish opinions. So I asked you guys to give me your bookish opinions, like I think it was back in August or September, and I decided to add those in this video. So as you can see here, I have the ranking. So at the top we've got love this, basically something that I do all the time and I have no issue with doing. Then we have the second one, which is meh. I don't really have any like strong feelings, but I still don't find it absolutely horrible. And then we got the text is kind of going to the side. I don't know why it's doing that, but I don't know how to feel about this, and it basically means what it says. Like, I don't know if I like this and I don't really know if I hate this, so that's why it's in the middle. It's a mix of both. At the bottom we have why, just like why do this, what is the reason for this. And at the very bottom we have jail time, which is the absolute worst. It's just something that you deserve jail time for that. It deserves jail time. I don't know if I'll be adding anything to jail time because of how low it is and how like horrible it actually is, but we'll have to see. So at the bottom here I have a few of your bookish unpopular opinions, and then I also went on Pinterest to like find some of my own. Same with the bookish icks. So yeah, Winnie the Pooh is going to be helping us with this. The first one is miscommunication and third act breakup. This is going into why. Third act breakup, I understand. I still hate it, but like at least it's something I can understand. Miscommunication is where I just fall flat because I don't understand why we do that. We can solve these problems if you guys just talk. It takes so much the necessary time. We could have already solved this 10 chapters before this. So in the third act breakup, I understand why authors do that, but it's also like every author is doing it and I feel like I just need something new. You always see it coming, especially in a romance book. Can we do something new? Like tagging authors in negative reviews. I think I've heard of it before, but I haven't really seen anyone doing this yet, but people actually do this. That's kind of sketchy to me. Posting spoilers immediately after a new release? Yeah. My thing is, you will go in the comment section and they'll be like, well, you should have known to not come on TikTok because it's a new release, so you should have known to not come on TikTok. Part of me, yeah, I get that, but a warning would have been nice because they will not add a warning. This applies to people who don't add warnings to their spoilers. Helicopter, hello. I don't know why they do that. Part of them knows what they're doing. You know what you're doing. And they'll like blame you afterwards, you know, maybe not taking enough caution, but like you're also kind of responsible too, babes. A little warning would have been nice. A warning is always nice. A spoiler warning never harms anyone, so why not add one? It takes like 3 seconds tops to add a little text in the caption or like on the video itself, like warning, spoiler warning. Dog earring pages. Meh. I don't love doing this, but I don't feel bad that I do it. It's usually because I don't have a bookmark around, so I'll dog ear my page. Sometimes that's the only option, especially if you're out in public and you're going out and about. You're like, oh, I don't have a bookmark and I need to put this in my bag, so I'm just gonna dog ear. It's not that big of a deal to me. I'm gonna read the page and then I'm gonna flip it and then I'm gonna forget about the dog ear. It's not that big of a deal. It's meh. Too many POVs? I don't know how to feel about this. Sometimes it's a little too overwhelming. When I first started reading Heir of Fire, I was like so taken aback about what was happening because there were a few new characters and then we're getting like 3 different POVs and there's so much happening in each one of them. There's a lot happening, but I'm still enjoying the book, so I guess it just depends on the book. If we're getting too many POVs and we don't need them, then that's where I'm like, okay, we don't need these extra POVs. I don't really care about this character. Ooh, especially if it's about a character you do not care about or you don't like. I hate that. But if it's for like the character is gonna be important in the next book or the character is gonna be important towards the end of the book or something like that, I can understand. Or, you know, there's a lot happening. There's simply a lot happening that we can't get in just 1 or 2 POVs. I don't know how to feel about it. It just depends on the book. Books and series being different heights, jail time. jail time, especially if it's one book is hardcover and then the next one is paperback. I know that authors don't have complete and total control over like their covers. I can understand that. I still don't enjoy it, and so whoever's behind, I need you to stop. If it's a book that you really want to get but the only option is a hardback, or you know, a book is not the same height, then yeah, I feel kind of betrayed. I judge books by their covers. Meh. I don't love doing this. Meh. I mean, yeah, I do judge a book by its cover. I just can't help it. I'm not gonna look at an uglier cover and be like, this cover is just so ugly and therefore I'm never gonna read this book. No, my eyes just naturally look more at the prettier covers. When people on Book Talk have more unread books than read on their shelves, like, okay, you like buying books, but at least try reading them. I don't know how to feel about this. I mean, I don't really care what people do with their money. I can't really say anything because sometimes I do shop for books when I haven't read some of the books on my shelf, but I don't do it excessively, but like, I'm not judging people who do. I just think it becomes a problem if you're encouraging other people to like spend money that they don't have. If you're actually telling people with your own words to go on a book shopping spree, don't care about your bank account, you know, something like that. I don't know how to feel about this because it's not my personal money. I do think it does become a problem if you make it someone else's problem. I love to crack spines. I was the biggest hater of that, but now I want my book to look like they are loved. Okay, yeah, that's the end of it. Meh. I crack my spines too. I only get icked out if the cover is way too pretty. But for the most part, I do crack my spines and I don't really mind. I do kind of like the look of a book when it's like worn out. It just shows that you really love the book, you know? I'm not saying that you have to like throw it in the dirt and rub it on the floor. Like, no, that's not what I mean. But I do like when you're just naturally reading your book and when you're done with the book, you're like, oh, the spine is a bit cracked and yeah, some of the pages are bent. That shows that I was really invested in the book. I mean, like, I don't love cracking my spines. I don't like immediately when I get a book, I'm like, yes, you know, I just do it if I need to do it. I hate love triangles. Jail time. Jail time. I don't think I expressed how much I hate love triangles to you guys, but I'll tell you now, I hate them with a passion, especially if it's between two brothers or two best friends. Get it out of my face. I think I'm just traumatized from The Summer I Turned Pretty, but I've always felt this way. I've always hated love triangles. Sometimes I'm like okay with it if it's not much of a competition, but that's also where I'm like, okay, then what is the point of having a love triangle if there's not going to be a competition? But like when there is a competition, wasting so much time here. Stop wasting each other's time. It's like a cycle. The cycle never ends. They never solve their problems. Maybe I have heard of like very few books with love triangles that are good, so I'll let those slide, but for the most part, jail time. Cuff it up. Netflix or Hulu stickers, yeah. Why do we do this? Yes, I know it's for marketing purposes. Everything's for marketing purposes, but I'm just tired, honestly. It's so ugly. The cover will be so pretty. Like, for example, Six of Crows. I love the cover for that. But then at the very bottom, a Netflix sticker imprinted on the cover. And like, you can't scratch it off. It's not a literal sticker. It's literally imprinted into the actual cover. So they're permanently. Sprayed edges are overdone. Why? Especially if it's a solid color. They're like, here's your dang book. It feels kind of lazy. I do really like the sprayed edges that are really pretty, but my issue lies when it's like there's no other option for the book and it's just the book with the sprayed edge, and the sprayed edge is not even that great, or sometimes it even looks tacky in my opinion. So yeah, sprayed edges are very overdone. I do like some. I don't feel super hatred towards sprayed edges. I just think it's getting excessive. It's too much when it's the only option that you have for the book. It's kind of disappointing. Cheating trope between the main characters. Ooh, I don't know if I should put this in jail time or why. I'm gonna put it in why. Why are we encouraging cheating? I see this so much in teen shows. I don't understand, because teen shows are supposed to be for teens. They're literally catered towards teens. So why are we encouraging teens to cheat? I don't understand. The logic is there's no logic. Like, why are we doing that? Yeah, I don't know why we're doing that. Now, this is something I actually don't know why we're doing. It gives very icky. The reasons are off. Tell your partner you don't want to be with them anymore. There are other ways to get through this. Cheating isn't the only way. Book covers changed to the movie cover. Why? This thing's making a weird noise, so if you hear that, just ignore it. This kind of goes with the sticker thing. It's just like ugly. I don't want an ugly cover. Okay, there are two problems here. First, it's always like with a real person on the cover, and we all know how we feel about that, right? And then second, it's ugly. I get that the book turned into a show, but I don't want to see that on the book because they're not the same thing. They're part of the same thing, but they're not. So I don't want to see it on the book cover, please. When the main character has never fought but can suddenly beat the villain after training for a few days. Sometimes I'll find it kind of cool if the character has a power that they just learned about and they're probably like a super important character and they're finally learning how to like wield their power and use it correctly. Yeah, that's unrealistic, but I still find it kind of cool, so I don't mind too much. But I can also understand why that's like because that's super unrealistic, and I know I'm reading a fiction book. It's just like a very cliche thing to do. The character will train for, I don't know, a week, and then they can suddenly fight in an army and win. I don't know how to feel about that because sometimes I do find it cool, but at the same time it's hella unrealistic. When you can't pronounce a single character's name, meh. Sometimes I'll just like go on the internet and see how to pronounce it, but for the most part when I'm reading it, I'll just try and figure it out for myself, or I'll watch someone else's video and I'll be like, so that's how you pronounce it? And I'll look back at mine and I'll be like, that's not how you say their name. It's laughable. Pop culture references. Why? And what really icks me out, the characters will talk about social media, but it's not the social media we know, like TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat. They'll literally just replace the wording. For example, for Snapchat, they'll be like lap chat. That was a lame example, but you get what I'm talking about. I prefer none of them. I prefer we not talk about Instagram and TikTok dances. Oh my gosh, when the characters will literally be like, hey friend, let's go film a TikTok dance. Or whoa, I got 10,000 hits on YouTube. No, I just rather them talk normally, please, and without any pop references, especially if you're gonna replace the words. Some people like feel so strongly over this that they'll DNF a book. They'll stop reading the book. Okay, next. The font is so small I can't even read it. I don't understand why people are complaining when the book is in third person. I don't care whether it's first or third person as long as the book is good. Yeah, I agree. I used to not like third person, but I've changed my mind when I actually found good books that are half third person. Sometimes I'll even read a book and I won't even notice it's third person. I actually find that I sometimes prefer third person. I like it in fantasy books because it's very storytelling. It reminds me of the books that I used to read as a child. We used to read as a kid in school or like at daycare or something, and the preschool teacher would read the book to you out loud. It reminds me of that. So third person to me is kind of nostalgic in a way, but I also don't mind it. I do understand why people don't like it. I just think that maybe you haven't found a book that you like that's in third person yet, so you should keep looking for them. You can't call yourself a real fan if you've only watched the movies and never read the books. Jail time. People still think this way. First of all, what even is considered a real fan? But yeah, no, this is not the way to go. Book covers changed to the movie cover. Wait, that was already on there. Okay, we're done. I added these two on here by accident twice. Nothing is in love this. There's like 3 in jail time, and I literally said before I didn't think that anything was gonna go in jail time, but what a plot twist, because nothing's in love with this. Should I go looking for more? Hold up, guys. Let's go on Pinterest, because this is where I get all the good information. Because if I ask Google, they'll give me the most booty, out-of-date answer ever. Okay, so I added 2 more to the list. The other ones don't count, of course. Long chapters. Why do we do this? There's just something about short chapters that makes me read faster, and I'm sure everyone else can relate to this. Long chapters just makes me... Sorry, I was like, if I'm not like super invested in the book, then I will probably get bored if there are long chapters. Shaming people for liking authors. I just think people are so quick to judge nowadays. This applies to every age group. I just think that people on this earth right now are so quick to judge. Okay guys, so this is my final ranking. This is also the end of today's video. I wanted to talk a little bit about Bookmiss. I don't think I've like went into detail and talked about it. So I just want to say that Bookmiss, I will be doing 12 days and not the 25 days. I don't know if I mentioned that in a video before. I don't want to say that I'm 100% guaranteeing 12 days of Bookmiss, but I am currently working towards that, and I hope that I can really achieve that goal if all goes well. So yeah, that's it for today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.